Okay, now he's coming around. Now he sees. You know, it was almost fun after that first unicycle level, but now that we're into the nitty-gritty of it, I don't even know how I'm going to cut up these videos at this point, so I'm just going to continue on with my commentary. We're just going to divide them how we divide them. Just do the whole Flea Pit in one continuous take. Which honestly, actually the whole LP is basically one continuous take. All I'm really doing, when I say like, hey, I'll see you guys next time, I'm literally just recording. Like, I just pause for a second, take a swig of beer maybe, and then say, hi, welcome back, right afterwards. That's peek behind the curtains there, I guess, but yeah, that's what I do when I transition to a new video. What is even the point of this? This is just more shit between me and attempts at the actual proper level that you want me to play. Is this... I believe this is the tank? Oh, that's the helicopter, okay. The helicopter, this is actually not... This is one of the better Flea Pit levels, which is really not saying much. It's a really excruciatingly long, though. And again, you might think, oh, that guy's just way out of the way, don't even care about him. Nope. Because if you leave him be, then you're going to have two of them shooting at you when you deal with that guy. Got to go through slowly and methodically to make sure that you don't get those deaths. In the long run, it really is faster to play it this way. Or you know what, that guy you can't skip because he's not going to be able to squeeze through this gap. But yeah, in the long run, it really does help. It does go faster to just go through these slowly and methodically, just because it reduces the number of deaths, which reduces the number of replays, or retries, and retries take a long time in these Flea Pit levels. This is, I believe, one of the longest Flea Pit levels there is. Yeah, this thing decelerates really... this thing accelerates really quickly and decelerates very slowly. It's actually... It might seem like he's going like really slowly. I'm actually doing that on purpose, because the way acceleration works on this, basically to get nice controlled momentum, you don't want to hold down the button like ever. Like not for more than a second do you want to hold down the button. You just want to tap it to get really fine control over your momentum. Like if you hold down the button, that's what happens. Fuck, yeah, that's what happens. But yeah, if you just tap it, yeah, just hold it down maybe every once in a while if you like really need to get away from a bullet quickly, just like that. But other than that, it's just like, yeah, tap. Or actually, I remember this section. I remember how to do this. Because yeah, if you try to go slowly there, then you'll just get harangued by bats endlessly. No. I missed the obvious fear and loathing joke there, but whatever. If I end up dying in the upcoming segment, we'll get it in take 2. Okay, and yeah, again, they put these guys in really inconvenient positions where it's like, yeah, you got to take care of the barrier, but you got this flea jackass shooting at you, and actually I want to take out all of these to make sure I have more room to maneuver for the next section where, guess what? Yep, do the same thing again. Which, you know, not in itself, same thing again isn't bad level design in itself. You just got to change it up a bit every time. It's when you do it too many times with too few changes that it becomes really just tedious and irritating. And guess what? Same thing, third time, with a barrier in front of the fleas, and yeah, an even tougher barrier in front of the next section of the level. So yeah, hasn't quite outworn its welcome yet though, so I guess that's the perfect number of times to repeat that little gimmick, which means guess what, we're doing it again with an even stronger barrier in front of the fleas. Fuck the Flea Pit. Honestly, yeah, it's, I guess, I remember I tweeted out after my successful stream of the 1cc run, I said, fuck the Flea Pit forever. It actually wasn't entirely true. I forgot that I was actually going to have to do the actual LP run at some point. After this, it'll be fuck the Flea Pit forever. I will never, ever play... I will never play Plok on normal mode to completion. I will never play a single one of these goddamn Flea Pit levels after I've completed this Let's Play. This is it. I'm out. I am out of the game, literally, after this. And yeah, again, you want to kill all those guys. Or actually, I think it's actually might have been possible to skip them, but I don't quite have the levels memorized. They aren't quite as fresh in my mind as when I had, like, just finished my my last practice run. And actually, so I said, yeah, the stream that I did my 1cc run of this game was actually quite some time ago. I actually did another practice run since then, and I actually rage quit at the Flea pits. I didn't even wait for the game over. I had it actually went really well for the early bits. I had 9 lives in reserve. It was going really well, and then I lost 5 of them on the same level, and I was just like, fuck it, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm sure it'll be fine in the Let's Play. I'm sure I could finish it in 1 credit if I kept on going, but I have better fucking things to do with my time. Okay, careful through here. It's like, yeah, it's like... This level should be over by now. If they had just ended this level a little bit earlier, right before this first, right when I crossed the last little bubbling lake of Flea tar, that would have been the perfect place to end the level. It's kind of almost a downside. It's the way this game approaches level design a lot of the time. It's they got these big square levels and they feel the need to use every inch of them. Which actually works really well for the acrylic levels. The way they, you sort of go up and around, and they're multi-layered, and they loop back on themselves, and it's really neat in that way. I actually, that kind of approach to level design really works for the acrylic levels. For these linear Flea pit ones, though, it just draws out the level needlessly. Who cares if there's a bunch of empty unused space in the level? Just yeah, now we're in the bottom corner of the level. They just feel the need to use every single inch of just space in the level to force you through. So it was actually 1 try on that, which is very good. Unfortunately, as you saw with the motorbike level, these levels can take upwards of 5 tries if things don't go well. And indeed, if I remember correctly, this is... Yep. Oh, I wish that someone... Honestly, I hate the Flea pit so much. It almost pains me to say this, because there's so much other good stuff in this game. I'm almost fucking glad that the fucking Pickford Brothers game was a flop, just because they put me through this shit. Mind you, I'm a bit saltier than I would be otherwise, just because, like I said, I've done practice runs of this shit. I have suffered through the Flea pits so many goddamn times in preparation for this LP, and now it's just cathartic now to actually be able to complain about it out loud. This platform here actually works a bit differently than the others. But yeah, this is it. We've reached the nadir right here. This is the worst level in the game, I think. By a short margin. I think the motorbike one was probably number 2, but yeah, it's a tank. And honestly, Plok in a tank sounds like a cool idea. It's oh, we get to ride a tank finally. Awesome. Blow shit up. Absorb tons of damage. Amazing. This will be super fun to have Plok in a tank blowing away fleas. No, this is a garbage tank. This is a shit tank, is what it is. It jumps like shit. It has terrible movement. Accelerates like it's moving through fucking molasses. You can't dodge projectiles for shit. In fact, even these simple ones that are aimed right at you are really tricky to dodge just because your jump is so garbage. Your attack is garbage. You might think, oh, tank shells, big explosions, tons of damage. Nope, just as shitty as your other attacks on the other vehicles, except they have the shortest range, shoot very slowly, and have a really shitty arc. So it's got the worst attack power out of all the vehicles, the worst movement, the worst jumping out of all the vehicles, and to add insult to injury, it doesn't absorb damage any better either. In fact, I could be wrong about this. It could just me being salty and angry about everything. This plot continue, at least here, mercifully, means that we won't have to replay the helicopter or motorcycle levels, which is good. And yeah, again, just got to clear away that first bit to get through. Barely avoided that in time. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't even dodge that shit in time. Oh god. It might even have a larger hitbox. And yeah, it can't absorb damage for shit either. Yep, no avoiding that. Yeah, these guys are the worst as the tank because yeah, you really can't avoid their attacks. You really basically just gotta wait for him to come to you, because if you try to go forward, you could just be walking right into an attack that you can't avoid. At least the other vehicles were speedy enough that you could, if you had good reflexes, you could just run away at the last second. But no, with these guys, you just gotta sit back and wait for them to come to you. Oh, what fun. Yeah, Plok in a tank. What a great gameplay. It really is. It would be so cathartic to be able to just, like, go through in a big old Plok tank and just blow the shit out of a bunch of fleas. But no, they had to make the tank utter garbage. And of course, as usual, this level is like super long as well, so if I end up dying, I gotta replay the whole fucking thing. Ugh. I actually made a point of practicing this level in particular as well. I actually this is the one level in the game. I probably should have done it with more levels, but I actually save-stated in my practice runs in this level just to make sure, like before the level, and I ran through this level like a bunch of times just to make sure that I wouldn't die in it at all on the actual proper LP run. I believe there's a health pickup here. No. That's right. Only one health pickup per flea level because they weren't bullshit enough. Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of bullshit right there. So it's, oh, get the weakened part. Get down there faster. Nope, that is a drop into boiling flea tar. Which will actually kill you. I don't think it doesn't eject you forcefully enough to actually get you back up on the platform, so you will actually die if you fall down there, especially, of course, if you're low on health. The last few bits of the level are actually not quite as challenging. It's just some tank platforming, which is a bit aggravating, and some walls to blow through, which is a bit tedious. And of course, you get a little bit of knockback as well whenever you fire your weapon, so you can, if you're just carelessly like trying to blow the shit out of that wall with your weapon, as you would want to do, you'll just blow yourself clean off the platform. So yeah, you really want to do it just, and again, the hitbox is smaller than it looks, so you really just want to be doing it like one shot at a time. Honestly, you might be able to venture two, maybe, but I want to just play it super safe here because I'm pretty sure there might be a couple enemies left in the level, but I'm pretty sure the level's basically over at this point. So as long as we can not fuck up the walls here at the end, we'll be fine. And of course, yeah, do it again here, because why not? With even stronger walls. Okay, yeah, you just... I guess I could shoot him when it's like coming right in, but there'd be really no point. I'm really tempted to try and get 2 shots in. But yeah, that's really risky. I could end up just blowing myself right off the platform. Okay. And this, actually, these jumps are... Oh, yep, that can be tricky. You know what? I'm going to clear out the last one. Or maybe not. Okay, there we go. Or you know what? I think we have one more set of fleas before the exit. Yep, I heard him bounce. I heard the bounce. Get over here, you fuck. No, I am not falling for your shenanigans. This is the only way to be sure. And even this isn't sure. If he jumps forward and shoots projectiles at the same time, I'm fucked. Oh, good. He actually sat still there for a second. The timing to get your maximum distance from the tank shells is actually really tricky too, because yeah, after he reaches the peak of his jump... Oh, are there 2 fleas here? Fuck, no. Okay, yeah. He can actually do that even quicker than he did there, and if he does that, then you're literally screwed. There's nothing you can do if he just decides to hop towards you repeatedly without pausing. And yep, there are indeed 2 of them. I can hear the fucker. Oh, I think that's the exit gate. Is he behind the exit? Okay, assume nothing. Assume that there's another one. But I believe this is the exit. Oh, thank Christ, we got through. The worst is over. We actually got through the tank level. There's a very strong possibility at this point that I'll be able to, yeah, get through the last level and the final boss on 5 lives. 6, most likely, once I get enough shells. Yeah, these levels are so freaking long, too. It's just this giant, combination of aggravating factors. It's like fix just a few of those problems, and these levels like this end game segment here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Like you could make the levels shorter, make them like super difficult but super short. Like cut down the length of like the tank level and the bike level and the helicopter level. Just make them like half as long, even less than half as long. It'll still be a good challenge, but you know, it'll go faster. Because yeah, as it is right now, yeah, the Flea Pit, unless you're like going through like super efficiently and you're like a speedrun master of, you're like, yeah, speedrunning master Plocker or something. The Flea Pit is like fully like a third of the game. And again, I can kind of see if the Pickfords, you know, the Flea Pit was kind of this idea for this other game they had, so they really, I can imagine they probably really wanted to throw it into Plok here just to, you know, just kind of squeeze it in there so they can say they did it and got it made, but fucking hell, guys. Actually, this last level here is almost, I dare say, kind of fun. A little bit, almost. They still got the usual bullshit, but the UFO is actually kind of fun to control. Again, it's kind of got the same problem. It's actually very similar to the helicopter level. It accelerates really fast. It takes a second to skid to a stop. You really gotta just like tap the controller, or the D-pad, to be able to get your very precise movements that you want to weave between the bullets and everything. Make sure you don't run into any bullshit. But other than that, it has a powerful weapon. In fact, it gives the enemies fewer invincibility frames than most. Is that true? I might be bullshitting there, but I'm pretty sure you get like just a little bit less invincibility time on the enemies with this weapon. And yeah, you can see it's kind of almost like I got an explosion or something on the end there, lets you take out multiple eggs at once. And yeah, it's just like a straightforward, straight shot. Just like, yeah, kind of really straightforward. It's actually like a really powerful, useful vehicle. Like this is... It's not like the other levels where you're kind of working around the annoyingness of how the vehicle controls. This vehicle is just like really, really powerful, really useful. It's like this game would be... you could imagine this as like a power-up in the regular game. Like imagine... Like try to imagine getting like the fucking motorbike or the tank out of a frickin' present in the middle of one of the regular levels. That'd be like an anti-power-up. You just like sit still till that shit wears off because you just can't frickin' control anything that way. It's safer to just wait it out. The vehicles are an impairment rather than a power-up. Not so with this one. This is actually a vehicle that you actually want to use. You could get this out of a present in a regular level and actually be happy that you got to use it. Although again, the level design is where this level falls down as usual. This is a super long, super tedious level. It goes on way... In fact, I think this is actually maybe the longest, maybe the second longest, but definitely one of the longest Flea Pit levels. In fact, to be honest, I should probably just suicide here because I'm like not even... Okay, yeah. I didn't actually suicide there. That was an accident. Again, the hitboxes can be kind of tricky, but it was probably for the best that I died there because there was no way that was going to be a successful run. Not with 1 health left when I'm not even halfway done the level. So yeah, I might as well have just called that a failure and moved on to the next attempt. Okay, and we still got our 5 tries here.